Awesome, thank you. At this time, I'd like to welcome up Gabrielle De La Cruz and Olivia Cook to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I now invite Mr. Busey, our principal, to the podium to welcome everyone.
Thank you, Ms. McGovern. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our 2018 Moving On ceremony for the Pisces cluster. This is always a special occasion as we celebrate the achievements of our graduating 8th graders as they move on to high school, whether it be to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School or any of the other schools that members of this class will be heading off to. I'd like to take a few minutes now to introduce some of the folks that are here this afternoon to help send you off on your way. First of all, our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Herb Levine. Our Assistant Superintendent of Schools and soon-to-be Superintendent next week, Ms. Karen Murtagh. The Mayor of our city, Mr. Ted Betancourt. State Representative Ted Spiliotis. And Assistant Principal at Peabody Veterans Memorial High School, Ms. Judy Amaniadis. To start us off with a few words, I'd like to bring up Dr. Levine.
So, by the way, she'll be superintendent the week after next. I do have one more week, but I only have one more week left, and this is my last official large group act, so I can kind of say anything I want. What are they going to do to me? Mayor, I've never really liked you. No, I'm kidding. He is laughing, right? Yeah. Kids, congratulations. You look great. Very proud of you guys. You've done us very proud. Parents, extended family, teachers, administrators, I know the mayor will talk about you folks as well and recognize the hard work that you've done in order to help us, help your children reach the stage that they're at now. Thank you for all of your support as a great community of adults and parents that you are. And I want to talk to your kids for just a minute. Kids, this morning, yesterday morning actually, I met with a high school student around an issue that he had in the fall. And he was asking that I give him an exception in the fall in order for him to play a sport. I met with him yesterday because I wanted to tell him how proud I was that he kept his part of the bargain. He was a man of his word. He said that his lesson had been learned. I asked him to perform well academically and socially and to make us proud, and he did. It was important for me to close the loop and talk to him about how proud I was of him that he kept his word. You're 8th graders now. You'll be going to the 9th grade next year. Most of you will go to the high school, but some of you will go off to different places, but it doesn't really matter. As you get older and as you gain more privilege, you also gain more responsibility. And maybe the greatest single thing that somebody can say about you is that you're trustworthy. It's hard to have a relationship of any kind if you can't be trusted. So keeping your word is really critical and important. You know, in school, as your kids, we allow you to make the mistakes that we have all made as we grow. But the older you get, and as you go off into the rest of your life, whether it be college or the military or a job, and you get married or don't, have children or don't, and develop your adult relationships as you move on through life, people have to be able to trust your word. So my words to you today revolve around tell the truth, even if it's hard. Sometimes telling the truth and acting honorably is the harder road, but that's the road you should take. Whatever consequences might be at the end of that road won't include telling a lie, and that's really important. So keep your reputation. Have people be able to, when they walk away from you or you walk away from them, be able to say about you that you are trustworthy. Now, they may not agree with you. They may not even like you. But they can trust that you are who you are and that you keep your word. So I wish you great success. I know that you will succeed. You've already succeeded. You make us proud every day. Remember that you're Peabody kids. Please come back to us for advice, support, help, or just to report back as to how you're doing. Don't ever forget us. Even after you graduate high school, you'll always be Peabody kids, and I wish you the best success. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Levine. As Dr. Levine mentioned, this is his last moving on ceremony, I think of any type in this city. As superintendent, I wanted to thank him on behalf of the Higgins and personally for the impact that he's had as superintendent these last 3 years, and then the time before that, 4 years total in Peabody. Even though I'm trying to push you out the door a couple of days early, we do appreciate all you've done and thank you and wish you the greatest of retirements. We are very lucky in this city to have a mayor who supports education and supports the Higgins Middle School at every turn. He was the driving force behind being in this brand new building. So again, we're very thankful to have Mayor Betancourt as a supporter of ours and to be here today. He's been here for all 4 of these ceremonies. We appreciate that, and to offer you a few words is Mayor Betancourt.
Well, good afternoon to each and every one of you, and I'm very honored to be here today to celebrate an important moment in the lives of our 8th graders, the moving on ceremony. It is meaningful really for 2 reasons. The first, we are celebrating the achievement of an important milestone in the educational journey of our students, an opportunity for well-deserved congratulations in attaining this honor. But today is also a day to look forward in anticipation, because our 8th graders will be going to high school next year. Some will go to Bishop Fenwick, St. John's Prep, or other good schools, but most of you will be going to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School for the best years of your lives. At our high school graduation a couple of weeks ago, we honored over 400 incredibly talented and accomplished students with their diploma, many preparing for the next step and going on to college. We have students attending some of the top universities and colleges across our country, and it is something that makes me proud as mayor to see our young students having success in pursuing their dreams. It is important for our students to know, for all of you to know, that you can achieve all of your dreams from right where you are sitting here at the Higgins Middle School. I could speak for hours of graduates from Peabody who have gone on to accomplish incredible success. I told this story at last year's moving on ceremony, but I was so amazed by it I wanted to share it again. But shortly before last year's moving on ceremonies, I met a young man who was a graduate of Higgins and then also Peabody High School. And he had just signed up, and I actually think he's there now. He's a marine biologist, and he joined an expedition that was going to Africa to study whales. Just a couple of weeks ago, I met a young man who is an FBI agent. And a week ago, I met a young woman who now is in California as an executive producer doing commercials for all kinds of different companies, but also doing documentary work. And one of the great things about being mayor is I get to meet so many people and talk to so many people and hear the wonderful stories about Peabody middle school graduates and high school graduates that have just gone on to do amazing things. And I just love hearing the stories. But Peabody graduates from right here have become leaders in a variety of fields, in medicine, in the law, in business, in the military, in education, in athletics, performing arts, and in government. From right where you are sitting, know that you can achieve any dream you have in life because others have done it before you. I want to take a moment to just thank those who supported our students in so many ways. First, to parents and families and friends. Being from a large family and being a dad, I know that it's a team effort, a family effort to make things happen. And your support, your care, your love for your students have got them to this point in their lives. I want to thank and recognize our incredible teachers and staff and administrators here at the middle school who give up so much of themselves and put in so much effort to help our students succeed. All of us want the very best for you. All of us will be here to try to support you in the best way we can. But most importantly, I want to congratulate each and every one of you. This is a good day, a day that you've earned, and I want to congratulate you on this great honor, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. This year in total, there are over 430 of you in the entire 8th grade that are moving on. You're also the last class to have gone through any time in the old building, so you're the last connection between the old building and this new school. As you probably know, we are the largest middle school in the state, and it is the size of our school with the abundance of talent, athletically, artistically, musically, along with the intelligence and the character of those of you sitting here in front of us, that is definitely our greatest strength. It is with great pride that we send you on your way to turn your dreams into reality beyond here at Higgins Middle School. At this point in the program, we would like to recognize the achievement, effort, and citizenship of some of our graduating Pisces students. And to kick it off is someone who is also at their last moving on ceremony at Higgins Middle School. Ms. McGovern is retiring this year after 34 years in education, her last 16 of which she and I have been administrators here together at Higgins. She has, in my entire principal experience, been the one who has run these ceremonies. She does a fantastic job, and we wish her the best in her retirement, and would like to bring her up to kick off this portion of the program. Karen.
Thank you. Thank you. It's at this time we recognize students for milestones that they have met. We have had a committee of teachers that have nominated a student who overall their character, their scholarship, their academic abilities really stands out above the rest. And we are very fortunate, and it's always my pleasure to introduce Representative Ted Spiliotis, who sponsors this scholarship for a Pisces student, and we're always very appreciative of all the support that he has given to us. So Representative Spiliotis will come up and award that scholarship. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. I have to admit something today, and it's a good time to do it. It's my last chance. I don't think I would be here every single year I have represented you over the past 16 years if it wasn't for Karen, because she makes sure, she just doesn't send the invitation out. She makes the call, the email, sees me at an event, and just makes sure that I show up here and I do the right thing. And I'm sure she has done that with your children all of these 30-odd years. So Karen, thank you very much. I'm going to miss you personally, I'll tell you that. You know, Mr. Bucci started out by saying how committed the mayor was to the Higgins School. And I want to remind you folks, as you move on, that it was Mayor Betancourt on his very first inaugural speech that had the courage to stand up and say, my first act is to build a Higgins Middle School. And I remember that night very clearly. And the next morning, I called the state treasurer to tell him that this young man, who's going to be mayor a long time, wants a middle school. And in just about record time, we've built this school. So you really owe the mayor these last couple of years if you've enjoyed yourself here. So please. We tend to forget over the years what we've accomplished. But we're not here for us here. We're here for the kids right out in front. And I always have the distinct pleasure to recognize one young man or woman each year. Today, we recognize a young man that truly is wise beyond his years. He is hardworking and fun to be around, both in and out of the classroom. This student continuously shows his dedication to both his schoolwork and his extracurricular activities. In school, he always tries his best and strives to get excellent grades. He has earned membership into the National Junior Honor Society and is a principal list student for all 4 quarters this year. He was the recipient of the Herbert Levine Outstanding Service Award at the National Junior Honor Society Award Night. Outside of school, he shows his dedication by participating in Peabody Little League as well as the Higgins baseball team. He has been a junior umpire for the Peabody Western Little League. In addition to his commitment to being a team player in sports, he is also dedicated to various volunteer opportunities, both in and out of Higgins Middle School. He has been a peer mentor, guiding 6th graders in making good choices and developing healthy habits. What an excellent role model. In addition, he participates in the Environmental Club, Aaron's Presence, and Best Buddies. I think he sleeps a few hours too during the day. In the community, he takes pride in his commitment to working with the Elks Association, assisting anyone who needs help. In his service to others, he is helping out those in need with the Elks on both the Special Needs Committee and the Veterans Committee. He has learned how important it is to help those in need. It is with great pleasure that I choose this young man from homeroom 122, Nick Caputo, as recognized today. Congratulations, Nick.
Retirement advice, no doubt. Thank you, Representative Speliotis. We always appreciate you being here and your support of our school. I'd like to take a couple of minutes to introduce and acknowledge our Pisces faculty and staff, starting with math teacher Ms. Shea. Our science teacher, Mr. Clark. English teacher, Ms. Bloomerth. And social studies teacher, Mr. Hayes. And Mr. Hayes. Also teaching science and social studies on Pisces, Mr. Gregorio. And also teaching some of the Pisces math students, Ms. Carnes. We have a few more seated in the audience, too, that are closely related to our Pisces cluster, so I want to also acknowledge Ms. Lagagianis. And Ms. Innes, who works so closely with all our Pisces students. We're very fortunate here at Higgins to have a group of professionals that have the perfect combination of the desire to see their kids succeed and the understanding that it's the relationships that are key to that success. Nobody exemplifies that more than the housemaster and guidance counselor that have been alongside this class for 3 years with a dedication and caring that is second to none. First of all, housemaster Mr. Dennis Heenan. and Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Heather Janolfi. We have 3 very impressive graduating Pisces students that have achieved the lofty status of principals list for each of their 12 marking periods here at Higgins. That means they're leaving us today with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. It is impressive, and we'd like to have them come up to the stage when we call their name. First of all, Lily Baglio. And Sarah Broughton. And Sophia Valencia. Congratulations, Lily. Congratulations, Sarah. Congratulations, Sophia. Welcome. We have also 3 Pisces students in this class that have not missed a day of school during their entire middle school career, which is, I think it's especially impressive this year with all the snow days. We had a delayed opening. We have had late openings, many days where it would be easier to just roll over, but they did show up every single day, every single year, and I'd like to take a minute to acknowledge the following 3 students for their exceptional dedication and commitment to our school. First of all, Michaela Caffarelli. Janelle Mendoza. And once again, Sophia Valencia. Congratulations, Michaela.
Thank you.
We like to have an opportunity during these ceremonies to acknowledge, to have the Pisces teachers, in this case, acknowledge the achievement, the effort, and citizenship that they've seen in their classes throughout the year. They will be presenting a few awards to each, to students in each of their classes. I'd like to start by bringing up Ms. Shea.
He had to start with the little teacher, right? So, first of all, for advanced pre-algebra, Gianna Herbert. For pre-algebra, Ryan Charest. And for algebra, Benjamin Altfeld.
Congratulations, Gianna. Thank you. Congratulations, Ryan. To present an advanced pre-algebra award to a Pisces student, I'd like to call up Ms. Carnes.
Excellence in Math, Lily Dame.
Congratulations, Lori. To present science awards, Mr. Clark.
For outstanding effort in science, Lily Zagarios. And for achievement in science, Janelle Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. And now with the English awards for the Pisces cluster, Ms. Bloomerth.
The award for outstanding effort in English this year goes to Wajiha Albrazet. And the award for achievement goes to Sofia Valencia.
For social studies, Mr. Hayes.
For outstanding effort in citizenship, Ricky Domenico. For outstanding achievement in social studies, Lily Baglio.
Congratulations to all the Pisces Award winners, very well deserved. Nice job.
All set. All right, congratulations, everybody. So at this time in our program, we are going to start the presentation of the Moving On certificates. We ask if you refrain from clapping and yelling out so that each student's name will be heard as they're crossing the stage. So I would like to invite our guest, Dr. Levine, Ms. Murtagh, Mayor Betancourt, Mr. Busey. Mr. Heenan will come and read the names. Mrs. Janolfi will be helping. And Mrs. Miniatis, the assistant principal at Peabody High School, will be greeting you as you come over to the other side. And Representative Spiliotis. How could I do that? All right, Mr. Heenan.
Thank you, Ms. McGovern. Good afternoon, everyone. Students, before we stand up, Mrs. Janolfi and I would just like to thank you for 3 wonderful years together. I know we sat together a few years ago and I told you we had 540 days together. We're through 549 of them. And personally, I think it's been a great experience. You're a great group of kids, fantastic. Mrs. Janolfi and I want to speak for her and let you know that we feel that you're just a great group of students and we appreciate all your contributions over the last 3 years. To the parents, grandparents, and guardians, we also appreciate the relationship we had with you. We know there are a lot of meetings and emails, and the relationship I think that we had with you was fantastic, and it only benefited our students. And lastly, I'd like to personally thank Mrs. Janolfi for all her hard work over the last 3 years. No one has done more for our students than our guidance counselor, Mrs. Janolfi. Now, if the first row of the Pisces cluster would stand, please. And prepare to receive your certificates. Luis Almeida. Pedro Borba. Mason Bouffard. Luis Cortez. Lily Dame. Isabella DeChico. Angelina Deleski. Christian Fitzpatrick. João Guedes. Gianna Herbert. Destiny Jimenez. Ariana Kaplan. Ashley Lasavita. Gianna Ledrew. Kristana Manthorn. Janelle Mattia. All right, it's easy. Ty McHenry. Johnny Oliveira. Jeffrey Ortiz. Brady Rios. Yasel Rogers. Madeline Skaki. Jaden Snelders. Joseph Tobin. Esther Tracy. Christopher Wayland. Lily Zagorios. Marianne Allen. Christopher Boris. Titus Bunn. Keith Cabral. Gracelyn Daly. Aiden Donahue. Stephen Costa. Ella Kritikos. Lorene Leggett. Jason Matarano. Cecilia Martinez. Michaela Mastrocola. Sophia Mercedes. Olivia Mareshi. Matthew O'Connor. Derek Patarelli. Hunter Phillips. Rocco Pina. Lisette Sanchez Martinez. Brian Silvera. Brianna Scory. Matthew Spinelli. Konstantin Theodori. Sarah Trottier. Brandon Uvalli. Sophia Valencia. Cynthia Williams. Wajia Elbrejat. Ashley Ambrose. Lily Baglio. Ryan Sherest. Andrew Connolly. Michael Coviello. Matthew De Oliveira. Emily DeCollegiero. Kevin Gomez. Michaela Lakin. Darius Lemon. Kathleen. Could I just remind everyone, we asked everyone to please hold off on that till the end. It's not fair to the next person name as we're reading. Thank you very much. Kathleen McGrath. Janelle Mendoza. Jasmine Merrill. Mahmoud Michel. Melina Papadelis. Isaiah Phillip. William Plord. Brianna Pothier. Liam Rivera. Elvin Saldana Lopez. Beyonce Santos. Joseph Scurio. Mustafa Suweed. Stephen Wango. Janelle Ronkowski. Paige Wysocki. Benjamin Altfeld. Juliana Buffard. Gianna Boyd. Sarah Broughton. Michaela Caffarelli. Nicholas Caputo. Olivia Cook. Aaron De Silva. Thomas Davidson. Gabriel De La Cruz. Richard Domenico. Jenna Espinola. Christiana Leahy. Paul Medeiros. Liana Nolan. Samantha Nolan. Jared Racky. Jacob Rathbun. Melvin Reyes Polanco. Paige Ritchie. Crismeti Rodriguez. Emma Ruggieri. Crystal Ryder. CJ Vasilopoulos. Jordan Jens. Congratulations to all the members of the Pisces cluster.
We'd like to thank you all so much for coming today. This brings to a conclusion our moving on presentation for the Pisces cluster. We'd like to thank our guests, Mayor Betancourt, Representative Spiliotis, Superintendent Levine, Assistant Superintendent Murtagh, and the staff and the administration. Wish you all well in your high school journey. Congratulations. If I could just ask you to, students will begin to file out, going both sides the way they came in. So if we could just stay in our seats until the students are out. Guys? Go ahead, go. You're all set. Thank you.